Hello and a very warm welcome to your Saturday Grassroots Weekender show. Hope everyone's well out there, and I hope if you've had games today you've really enjoyed yourselves and you've looked after your referee, because that's what it's all about. And what I mean by looking after the referee is just let them get on with the game, let them get on with the flow, let them enjoy themselves just like the kids. Forget those referees are on that pitch until you shake the hand at the end of them or at the start with them and just say, thanks ref. That's what it's all about. Thanks ref. And that's part of our motto with Don't Cross the Line and REFspect campaign. We've done it for years, many years, and we just want you to go out there and thank that referee. And especially when it comes to this, that's what it needs. This poster is all about supporting our referees. The reason we're asking you to support the referees, because they are the target when it comes to some grassroots football, not all of them, but games. And parents will even tell you, managers, coaches, committees have all got the same story. And what it means is we need to look after our referees and keep them officiating on and off the field of play. It doesn't do any harm to make sure that that referee is okay, and then at the end of the game catch up with them and say, thanks ref. That's all it is, thanks ref. That's what it means. And I'm sorry, I apologise for getting a whistling noise that you may hear in the background, and that is obviously the gap somewhere where our soundproof equipment has just suddenly probably worn away, so we need to fix that and get that sorted ASAP. It's either that or I haven't closed the window when we've had a warm day. But when have we had a warm day lately? We haven't. Let's just hope you're all enjoying your football and forgetting about the weather. And hopefully for our tournament next week, the 19th and 20th of February, Let Them Play tournament, is successful with the weather as well. We just want a little bit warmer weather and people can start talking, because if you enjoy the weather, you enjoy the football. It sounds mad, but the sun on your back recharges the batteries, believe me. And a massive thanks to the girls, once again, admin, not committee members, admin. They're in charge of the admin, aren't we, Rachel and Julie? Admin. But everyone knows them as committee members, because you think they would run the league, but they're collecting all the money, making a fortune every day. Why? Because they're looking after the referees. They need to pay the referees, and they're doing a great job, and the referees can only thank them as well. I hope they do, with massive bunches of flowers at the end of the season. Just like the referees help us and thank us when we're behind their backs, talking to the parents, talking to the spectators, talking to the managers, the coaches, talking to the kids, to say respect your referee. Respect your referee, because they're only human after all. Anyway, you can thank us yourselves and the referees by wearing our REFspect badges, and we're asking the North Liverpool JFL for all the publicity that we're given to buy some of these badges. Wear the badges for our 12th, 13th REFspect Awareness Weekend, the National REFspect Awareness Weekend. And we've requested and we're hoping that managers will wear our badges. I'm talking about Premier League managers during the weekend, in support of our grassroots referees. Because without the referee, there is no game. No ref, no game. As it says on the t-shirt. New t-shirts. Yes, we've got them all delivered, and we're hoping that the PGMOL have received theirs as well. Well, we know they have, but the person who was supposed to take them and address them to them has gone to someone else. And last time they done that, they couldn't find them. Oh dear me. Please, PGMOL, reply back to me and say, we've received the t-shirts, we'll distribute them, and don't forget, it'll be the weekend of the Saturday and Sunday, 19th and 20th of February, and if there's any Friday or Monday games, they'll be worn there as well, because it's the fixture that the referees are wearing them with. And all it is to support your local referee. because we don't want any animosity, any disrespect towards the referee, because they're the target, they're the ones who receive all the flack, and they get the blame, win, lose or draw, in many decisions, when they make a decision, by many decisions of the referees on the sidelines, because they seem to know it all. The spectators, the sideline referees, they know it all. They're the ones who know all the laws of the game, and when the referee blows, it's always wrong, and vice versa, whichever line or end they take. But then again, in the hubs, they're all on the same side. That's what I hate to see. They're all congregated together, and it makes it hard, because if one parent decides that little Tommy has just kicked little Freddie and he doesn't like it and makes a beeline, then it kicks off little Freddie's parents as well, and that's what happens. And when we had the opposite sidelines, where we do in grass football, there's a difference, because we've got barriers. You could determine who was saying what and what team started it, basically. You know, you could stand in the middle and you could listen, but it was hard because they had to shout even louder. But while they're together, this is why you miss it. It's not as loud, but you have to keep stum and also count to 10, and leave it to the coach or the manager to sort out the kids. If they start fighting or something goes wrong on the field of play, then the referee will step in. That's what grassroots football is all about. It's teamwork. We've got to work together, and we've got to try and hold our tempers, because this, when you've got parents having a go at each other, that's when the kids see it, that's when the kids get upset, because you, first and foremost, are their role models. They don't want to see that. They have a little fight, you can stop that easy. You have a fight, those kids can't stop you, because they're petrified. They don't want to see you get hurt, or anyone get hurt. Unfortunately, that's the way it is in grassroots football. But we will still beat the drum, bang the drum, and tell everyone. We'll educate, re-educate the spectators, irate spectators and irate parents regarding grassroots football. If you think you're an irate parent or spectator, simply heed the warning, heed the messages, and stay away from the game. Let someone else take your child to that game, because you know yourself, you can be an enemy to enemies, and that's what happens, you know, because if people don't like it and you start shouting and screaming, we all know what's going to happen. You don't have to be a mathematician or anything, a genius, to work out what could happen if you upset another parent or parents or spectators. It can lead to unfortunate incidents, and we don't want to see them. And then it can be reported to your committee, they can take action, they can even basically ask you to leave the league, and that can also happen with the county FAs with big fines first. So think before you start taking any of action. Go away, walk away, count to 10, go and have a cup of tea, cup of coffee in the cafe, and come back, and I guarantee it'll all be sorted with the manager or coach. But sometimes a kid can lash out, and an irate parent will blame that parent for something that the child's done, instead of being friendlier and say, okay, I understand, let's have you can have a word with your side. And that's what it is. Parents can have a word with their own children, and sometimes parents will run on because they want to stop it. They don't like to see their child being hit, whatever it may be. And that's where other people get mistaken, thinking they've run on to have a go at the child who they're fighting with, and they just want to drag them away. But if you can count to 10 and leave that to your coaches and the referee, then honestly the majority of incidents will become very, very rare, should I say. You can understand where I'm coming from. And that's what we do with Don't Cross the Line. The work we've been doing is bringing communities together, teams together, clubs together, week in, week out, since 2003, and making a difference. We don't want enemies ourselves, we don't want enemies amongst teams. We want to see a lot of friendliness if we can. And we know every week there's a different story. There's a parent who will be irate, or a manager, or a coach, and cause cause a big problem, and we don't want that either. So if we can all go to football, like today, go to football and just have a word with the parents beforehand and ask all the managers to put in their groups what they expect of the parents. That's what it should be. Honestly, you're all on WhatsApp groups, and I know a majority of parents don't like to be in there because it goes on and on. People turn them into conversations. What are we going to do tomorrow? What's this game going to be like? You know, it should only be how much subs you owe, what time the game kick-off is, what time the child should be there for, end of. Not a whole list of where you went for your night out, what you had to eat, what you're doing for tea. It shouldn't be all like that, but unfortunately that's what happens in a lot of WhatsApp groups, and I think everyone will be echoing me comments there and nodding their heads. And you've got to look after your committees as well, because without them there wouldn't be a game either. Not just the referees, like your coaches, everyone's got a role to play in grassroots football, and this is why it should be one big circle and everyone singing off the same song sheet. Leagues will have their laws, rules, regulations of the game. County FAs will have theirs. Teams will have theirs, codes of conduct, things like that. Let's all work together, because all the codes of conduct basically all work out as the same thing if you look what everyone wants. They shouldn't be separate. They should all be together, and people should adhere to them. And managers, coaches should be pushing this to the parents more often and to the kids, or the parents can push that to the kids. If we want friendlier games, if we want kids to develop their skills in grassroots football, and also leave the referees to develop their skills as well and go to the next level, because that's what they need. Yes, you can say a lot of these are youngsters wear the yellow armband and they're just doing it for pocket money, but they've gone and done their course. They'll make a decision what they want to do. If it's to carry on officiating, or if it's to back in, go to uni and do different things. You can still referee at uni, but you see where I'm coming from. So let's respect the referees while they're there. Let's encourage more to the game like Don't Cross the Line do, and let's all develop kids together by standing out and leaving it to your coach, to your committees, to the team themselves, players, learning the game, developing the skills. We can all do that, and you can see your child improving. I'll guarantee you one thing: if you've been watching your child since 7 years of age, you see from when they started kicking that ball, probably at 6, to what they are now if they're going to 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. What's the development? And remember that, and cast your mind back as to when they couldn't kick that ball. That's development, and you've got to thank your coaches, your committee members for putting the games on, and the people like us, Don't Cross the Line, who are trying to make it more friendlier from the sidelines as well, to respect our referees, because they're the targets. And first and foremost, if they're getting abuse, the verbal abuse directed at them, the kids will also hear it as well. That's why we're protecting referees. We're also protecting the kids on the football pitch as well. And that's why we brought our campaign out. Successful campaign, national campaign, to try and make a difference. And there's to me and the volunteers who helped me along the way. Don't forget, note it down, leagues, North Liverpool GFL, put this on your website, drum it into all the managers, drum it into all the kids, drum it into all the teams, drum it in to all the parents and spectators what REFspect is all about. And I guarantee you one thing, it'll work a treat. That weekend, not just that weekend we want it for, we want it for weekends, in, out, weekdays, whenever you play football, we'd like to see REFspect on and off the field of play. Because what we don't want to see, and I hope we didn't see many of these at North Liverpool or the John or Leary League where we were as well, we don't want to see these either. Yellow and then the magic red. We saw a few of them in the derby, didn't we? No more said about that one. We don't want to see these at grassroots football level. Keep your money in your pocket. Tell your kids, no bookings. No sendings off. We don't want red or yellow cards, do we? It's all about REFspect. So make sure when you go out on that field of play, you show loads of respect. And don't forget your badges. Support REFspect. It's what it's all about. Be our friends forever. We're your friends forever. Cheers to that once more. I'm on 5, 10, 50. We've got 5 minutes left of the show. And we're not really going into Premier League action ourselves, even though the teams are playing. We may speak about it on the Sunday show, but at the moment it's all about grassroots football. It's all about, don't forget our tournament next week. It's probably full. If not, just give us a quick message, mal@don'ttexttheline.com, or you can put in a comment or a message to the Bull 11 THEBU11 the Bull at google.com. Is it Google? Lee, you'll kill me. But anyway, get in touch and I'll just pass it on to Lee. I think it's I don't have a Google account, see, so I don't know how they've worded their email addresses. Anyone who does that anyway, it's Google at Google Mail, isn't it? .com at googlemail.com. There you go. The Bull BU11 at googlemail.com. I think I got that right, Lee. You'll forgive me now. Anyway, Lee from Vision, Jake from Vision will be laughing his head off, and Lee from Bullbocker. They're the team. They're the partners that we've got in the Vision and Bullbocker and Don't Cross the Line, REFspect. We've all teamed up to make these tournaments, and hopefully the Summer League want to be part of. Watch this space. So come along and watch it next week and see how it's run, because we will run it really, really well. We get great feedback, and we're looking forward to another magnificent tournament. 2-day tournament will be shattered, because I'm coming straight to work, from work, on the 20th, should I say the 19th. Wow, right into a full day, no pay, volunteer, there you go, to make a difference for all the kids, teams and everyone involved in grassroots football. So bear with us, and you may be lucky enough to get one of these. What do points make? Prizes. Remember that on your sidelines, even in the leagues, we could do this. Work with the committees, we could do well. You know, Bob, come on. What else? What ideas can you do to make the REFspect Awareness Weekend A1? And I know you work alongside us, great. Peter and also Connor, absolutely brilliant. Rachel and Julie, you've had a mention, but you've got another mention because you're doing a great job for the referees and the teams, and they all get to know you. But don't forget your lanyards when you go to the North Liverpool JFL, because you've no lanyard, you can't go on the sidelines and coach the kids. Easy. I'm always got my lanyard on, it's no excuse, and if that's the league rules, then adhere to them and make it a little bit friendlier when you go and visit these leagues. John Leary League, I'll be visiting them as well. They're supporting the DXTL REFspect Awareness Weekend. Took them posters, took them down to JFL, the Jeffrey Humble, they've had them, they put them up for us, so nice one, Phil, and to all the staff there as well. I always give them a mention because they work really, really hard through thick and thin. So we've got about a minute left of the show, so why not enjoy yourselves today, enjoy the Premier League. Did say we wouldn't mention it, but that's all it is. I'll be enjoying the Premier League. I've got 1 or 2 more meetings. I've got to get all the trophies down to Jeffrey Humble, pack them all away, get them all sorted out. Wow, what a week it's going to be, and plus work in front of that as well. There you go, part 2 of the Grassroots Weekender show. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hope you've had a great weekend up to now. I hope you're going to enjoy it more so. Hope you had a fantastic Valentine's Day as well. I'm sure you all did, and got loads of chocolates. Mother's Day soon. When's that, March? Wow, what a big one that is. That's bigger than the football season, I must admit. Well, in my eyes it is. You go into a card shop and you look on the racks there, see how many Mother's Day cards appear, and when it comes to Father's Day, you just look how many cards are on that shelf. Gives you an idea. Thanks for tuning in. From myself, Mal Lane, all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, No Ref, No Game, Hearts of Gold initiatives, and Let Them Play tournaments, and hopefully Summer League. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Cheerio for now.